Now, when converting a van into a camper van, you see a lot of people get stressed out over all the big stuff, like the windows, the skylights, the ceiling fans, the fridge. All that big stuff can really stress people out. But for me, it's the small things that stress me out. Things like these washers, for instance. I really did think that I had these in stock, but I've got here to the workshop, got all set up, ready to start my day, only to realise I've run out of 8mm washers. So I've had to pack everything up, take all my overalls off, go to the local Screwfix, which is only about 20 minutes from here, just to pick up a bag of £9 washers. Now, whilst these have only cost me £9, in reality what they've really cost me is an entire morning. So the moral of the story is, don't sweat the big stuff, it's the small stuff that can cost you a lot of time. Because even though Screwfix is only 20 minutes down the road, by the time I get there, get back again, in reality it's probably cost me the best part of 2 hours, because I've run out of a £9 bag of washers. And that's why it's always the small things that I kind of get stressed over. After all, I'm on a time limit. I want to get this vario converted in time for the Van Life Festival, or at least in a condition where I can actually take it to the Van Life Festival, because I enjoy nothing more than meeting you guys at these festivals. I've really come to enjoy meeting subscribers and talking to you guys and listening to your stories, and even looking at your actual van conversions. Speaking of which, I've actually got a van in there that I need to convert. So now I've got my washers, I can start my day. You're welcome to join me. Let's get in the workshop and actually do some work today. I'm not even going to look at what time it is. I've got a feeling it's around about 12 o'clock. I ain't done anything yet. So everyone's complaining at the moment because the barn actually smells like a farmyard barn. Aidy's not impressed.
Oh, it stinks. Absolutely stinks.
But you said it reminds you of your childhood.
It does, yeah, running around the sheep farm with those little lambs.
Sneaking off with his girlfriend.
My friends.
Let's go and have a look. So, it sounds like you've got a mask on, Jasp.
I have, mate.
Let's have a look. I'm going to have a sneaky peek at what you're doing.
You can, mate. Careful, you might get some sheep jizz on you.
It does smell like sheep stuff, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Let's have a look. I'm just interested to see what it is you're actually doing.
I've done the back end, Mel. If you come round the back end, mate, I've not done that yet.
All right, let's have a look.
But what you'll probably do...
Come round the back end, yeah. That's not an offer I'll take lightly.
So yeah, can you see that there, Mel?
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's all where I put the thick grease on bolts and stuff like that. And this in sort of 48 hours will dry hard.
Oh, you are putting a lot on, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is it going all right?
Yeah, I mean, I won't squat at you, Mel, I'll show you.
No. I appreciate that, because it does smell.
Go over here.
It smells like farmyard stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that.
I mean, I probably might take it longer than I need to, but I don't think too much will hurt, Mel, you know what I mean?
No.
And as I say, everything I've been reading, it's well worth it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know,
This is Lanagard.
Lanagard, yeah.
A small family business, by all accounts.
That's it. That's it. Did they mention that a few times?
Yeah. Just a few times.
And so what I'll do, Mel, is that it'll be part of my pre-MOT routine now.
Yeah. Alright, well that does smell a bit funky, so I'm going to leave you to it.
He's been in the toilet twice already.
Is he?
Yeah.
We'll have a look, see what it looks like when you've done.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, it looks all shiny, doesn't it?
Done it.
And you put grease stuff on all the...
Yeah, anything, you know, it said anything that's in more like it's a coppet or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you see I put the grease on all the bolts?
Yeah, I can see all the grease on all the bolts.
And apparently it should all go hard, and within 40 hours you can drive it. But obviously I wanted to give it a bit longer. They said about 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
It's fully cured.
Nice. You missed a bit up there.
What are you looking now?
There, look, up there. Just there, you missed a bit.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, quite a big bit there, you missed.
It's a bloody git to find out where you are.
Just up there, look. You have to come this side, you'll be able to see where you missed. And there, missed a bit there as well.
What are you looking about?
There, look, when we... Right there.
What, here?
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
That's all right. Oh yeah, look at that.
And like me, I'm putting it right in these crevices.
Yeah.
Where's the other bit on this, Mel?
Huh?
Where's the other bit on
Back of the
it?
bumper there, look. It's dry there.
Nice one, Mel.
Oh yeah, looks like that straight away. As soon as you spray it on, it just turns black.
I mean, hey, it looks nice, but I think, you know, they say it really, they say the water will never just bead off it.
Yeah. And is it environmentally friendly?
Apparently it is, mate. Apparently it's all natural and don't do no damage. And
Don't do no damage.
except to your sanity. I think that's going to be a well spent 120 quid, I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks good. God, it does smell though.
I have a little bit left, man, if you want to give it a try.
No, you're alright. I'll take me chances, thanks. Just won't drive. I just won't drive me vario when it's snowing or when there's ice on the road. Or,
Only on sunny days.
yeah, I'll drive me vario on sunny days, not when there's grit on the roads. Pretty much like I do the Sprinter. I try and avoid driving my van in the winter when there's grit on the roads, for that very reason that, you know, the salt and everything, all that horrible stuff they put on the roads in the winter, does rot your vehicle out. So yeah, basically when winter hits, I don't go anywhere. Not all the time there's grit on the roads anyway. Right, let's start this day. Let's do some work. Oh, that smells bad. Now going back to what I was saying about not sweating the big stuff, because it's the small stuff that holds you up. Just got delivered my pipe. So this is all my hose for my calorifier. So when my calorifier does turn up, when I get the right one, I've got all the hoses ready, I've got the heater ready, I just need the calorifier. Because this is the big stuff, you see, and I've ordered it in advance. But I can guarantee I'm going to need to order something else, like hose clips for instance, because I'm going to need lots of those for when I go and fit this. So before the end of the today, I shall make sure I've got everything I need to fit the calorifier and the water heater, including hose clips and clamps and stuff like that. Right, let's put these washers to use. But first, I need to put my overalls on. That Lanagard stuff really does taste, it's literally left a taste in my mouth. So I think I'm going to need a cup of tea. Yeah. I say I'm not going to put it on my van, but we'll see how Jasper's turned out, because he's right. After all the work you do, all the work I've done restoring the vario, it'd be a shame for it to go rusty before it's time again. It's looking really nice now. I haven't completely finished working underneath it, so I think what I'll do, I'll wait until I've actually finished working underneath the van, fitting all the accessories I want to fit, and then we'll go crazy with the Lanagard. I've just looked at some reviews online, and apparently it's really good stuff. It actually looks like earwax, which is a bit odd. He's got a big tub of earwax that he's putting under his van. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe it is, I don't know. So why are these washers so important? Well, I'm going to be using these washers when it comes to fitting my Unistrut roof rack, which I'm doing today, which I'm going to do right now actually. Let's take a look at this. So there we go. The Unistrut roof rack is literally going to go all the way the whole length of my van roof, because my solar panels pretty much take up the whole of the roof on my van. I'm going to use that real estate purely for solar panels. There's going to be no decking, none of that stuff, none of that decking around. It's going to be purely solar panels up there, and hopefully I'm going to manage to get 1200 watts of solar on the roof of my van. That should be plenty. Now I've brought two lengths of 3 metre Unistrut, and the reason I did that is because I didn't want to buy 6 metre length, because it would have been impossible to get it up there. Also, I don't really need 6 metres, but I do want to get the unistrut about level with the rear of the van, so that later on I can actually hang rear lights up there, the same as I've done on my Sprinter. Let me just show you what I mean. So you can see on my Sprinter I've got these rear lights, and you can see how that unistrut overhangs. I just want to try and recreate that on my Vario. So I just thought it'd be a lot easier to use 2 lengths of 3 metre rather than just one big long length. Yeah, just have a look up there, it's a bit grotty. My roof really does need cleaning, but hoping to get this around about right. You can see I'm going to screw through these parts here and put bolts through, so this unistrut is going to be really strong. And not only am I going to be able to mount solar panels to this, I'll be able to mount other stuff as well, like awnings and things, hopefully. Yeah, and where it joins in the middle there, it'll be between those 2 bits. That piece of wood, that represents the first solar panel from there back. And it should be enough room for me to put a giant skylight up here. Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to work out right. So yeah, happy days. Let's get the other bit, see how much it overhangs at the front, because I know I'm going to need to cut some off. Just in case I fall off the ladder. If I fall off the ladder...
Oh, you might as well capture it.
Yeah, might as well, yeah.
Utility.
Oh yeah,
What did you use to paint this?
chassis black.
Yeah.
I've got nearly half a ton of chassis black left over. And I'll tell you, it went on really well, considering this is galvanised.
Yeah.
Don't really need to paint it. But I thought, put it up there, paint it black, it'll be better.
Yeah.
And I brought the unistrut without the holes in it, because it's going to overhang a little bit at the front. And I didn't want it to look like unistrut. So and I can drill the holes where I actually need them. Downside is, it's a lot heavier. Because it's a lot heavier. Yeah. Oops. Try not to scratch me there.
Did your hand get up though?
No, I'm up here now. Probably would have been a good idea. But it's yeah, see how much it overhangs?
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
Well, I don't need it to hang that much. Once I put the solar panel up here,
Yeah.
I'll probably cut a bit off. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it that long. So I've just spent nearly the best part of an hour stressing over where I'm going to actually bolt this unistrut down to my roof, because I want a flue in here for my wood burner, which is going to go about here, level with this round thing cover, because my max fan's going to go in that cover and the flue is going to go next to it, because I need this gap. It's going to create a natural gap in my solar panels. Because I want to get 3 large solar panels up here, I've been measuring the length of the solar panels to see if they'll go lengthways, widthways, and taking into account where the flue is going to go. And also, I've got an awning to go on the other side. So a little bit stressful on where I'm going to actually place this roof rack unistrut. So the decision is to have it in slightly to allow me this much room to mount the awning on the other side, and not in so far that it's going to affect where I'm going to put my flue here. Right, I've come to a decision. Let's start drilling some holes. This rule actually belongs to my mate Tim, who's now living in Australia. I will take it back to him one day. I'm going to use this rule to make sure the unistrut is level with this crease in the roof. And as long as I do this both ends, I know my unistrut is going to be straight and parallel with the roof. Yeah, so there you go. Let's draw the first hole. Wish me luck. It's a little bit of a squeeze because I've got this beam. So not only am I using the rule that I borrowed off of Tim, I'm also using the drill that I borrowed off of Arnold, who's now in Thailand. So I've got a rule from Australia, a drill from Thailand. There you go, and I'm pleased to say that hole is in the right place. So I've drilled the hole in the highest point of the roof deliberately, because when I put some mastic sealing strip on there, there's no way that water is going to go in there. And I've done this on my Sprinter. I did exactly the same thing. I've had no issues with it, so I'm quite confident it'll be fine. I do need to clean this though, it's a bit grotty, so I'll clean that over when it comes to actually sealing the roof. So now I'm going to put this bolt through. That's going to hold my unistrut this end whilst I drill, because it's moved up that end, whilst I drill the hole up the other end. Well, I've decided to go with the riv nuts in the end. I've made the holes a little bit bigger to make room for the riv nuts. I've also painted those holes with red oxide primer, and I'm going to actually put the riv nuts in whilst the primer is wet. And also, just for good measure, put a little bit of red oxide primer around the riv nut as well, and this will ensure that I don't get any rust in the future, because these riv nuts are steel. They're not the aluminium ones, so if you are thinking about putting riv nuts in your van, don't use the aluminium riv nuts, because aluminium and steel, they do kind of react with each other. Now I want to say thank you to Roy for lending me his riv nut gun. I have got one, but I lent it to somebody and it come back a little bit bent, and I can't remember who it was I lent it to. Probably a good thing. So there we go, riv nuts. With a riv nut gun, it's a lot easier than trying to do it with a nut and bolt. Some people use a bolt and a nut to put the riv nuts in. That's hard work. You're much better off buying a riv nut gun. It really is as simple as that. There you go. Thank you, Roy, for lending me your riv nut gun. I've got to say, it's much better than mine anyway. Yeah, don't buy those cheap riv nut guns. They don't last long at all. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to let all that red oxide primer dry, and then we'll have a nice seal. When I go to put the unistrut on top of that, I'm going to put a little patch of my favourite mastic sealing strip, and that will ensure no water will leak inside my van. Right. I've got a few of these to do, so I'll catch you when I've done them all. Perfect. That's one side done. All I've got to do now, all I've got to do now is the other side. But first, I'm going to have some lunch. Oh dear. I'll tell you what, one of the nice things about having your home parked right outside where you work is that it's easy to just come in, chill out, have some lunch. Well, I use the term lunch loosely because it is actually 11 minutes past 5, so it's a bit of a late lunch. We'll call it dinner, shall we? So because it's so late in the day and I haven't eaten anything yet, because I'm doing intermittent fasting, I think I've done really well to last this long, because the last time I ate was about 7 o'clock last night. 22 hours ago the last time I ate. So I think I've done really well. I think I deserve a little treat, so I'm going to have salmon with mixed vegetables today. Just so happens I've got some salmon in here. Should be alright. Yeah, it's been in my fridge all this time. Now, one thing I've noticed about intermittent fasting is that after a while, after, I don't know, maybe I've been doing it for just over a week now, you have to kind of remind yourself to eat, because you get used to not eating, I guess. And if you eat a good hearty meal with no carbs, no sugar, no chemicals, does you wonders. I feel like I've got so much more energy, honestly, since I gave up eating junk food. When I say junk food, I mean snack pots and tinned food and processed stuff, and even chicken, pre-cooked chicken. If you look on the packet of pre-cooked chicken in the supermarket, it's not just chicken. They put all sorts of other chemicals in that chicken as well to keep it nice and fresh looking, I guess. And somebody commented on my last video when I talked about food that grated cheese has got a coating on it to stop it sticking together. So I've bought myself a whole block of cheese and a camper van sized cheese grater. So I'm now grate my own cheese. So thank you to that subscriber for pointing that out. I don't think we need cheese today actually. Right. Oh, I've got salad in there. I should eat that really. Because these salads go off really quick. Alright, and scrap that. I'm not having vegetables and salmon, I'm having salad and salmon. Now I use proper butter. I don't know if this has got chemicals in it. I didn't check actually, I'll be honest. Ingredients: butter, sea salt. There you go. It's just butter and sea salt. Right, so the salmon's on. I've got it on low. We're going to let that simmer away whilst I prepare my salad. Got plans really, aren't I? Dirty boy, just a dirty van well at heart. Put my tap on. I actually feel hungry now. Now I've started cooking it and I can smell it. Reminds me of how hungry I actually am. And look, it's dark outside for crying out loud, and I'm having me lunch. But like I say, I think we'll call this dinner. Right, a bit red. Oh look at that, there's red shit and green shit in here, so we're all good there. But I will add some of my own red shit, because we like those peppers. I think I've got one left. Boom. I do like these peppers. What else have I got? I've got to have something else in there, haven't I? Oh, some more red stuff. Yeah, so originally I was going to have some asparagus and some of this broccolini. Freaking nice, this stuff. I was going to have that with my salmon, but I forgot I had salad. So, bring out my huge chopping board. Trim that off, I don't need that bit. Slice my pepper. Straight down the middle. I'm not going to roast this pepper today because my batteries are getting a bit low. We haven't had any sun, have we? So I'm going to slice these. Just thought of something, I could actually put these in there with the salmon, they'll cook in there. I do like them cooked. Tomatoes on the vine because they stay fresher longer, basically, because they're still alive, right? So give it a little shake, see which ones drop off first, and then we'll have those ones. Cut those up. Look at that, really wholesome, delicious meal. Now usually I'd have a boiled egg with this, but to be honest I can't be arsed. And I've got this on the lowest setting because it's a nice thick piece of salmon and I want it to cook all the way through. I have got a pair of scissors but they're in my toolbox. Grated cheese, there we go. Just sprinkle a bit of that everywhere. Works alright that. It's a lot cheaper as well buying a block of cheese because this was the same price as a packet of grated cheese, but like literally 400 grams as opposed to 100 grams. Fresh lettuce out in the garden. There you go, just rip that up, throw it on there like that. Donza. Bit of dressing, extra virgin olive oil. Sprinkle that on there like that, a little bit of that. There we go. And the reason this is in there and not down in there, because when I put this down there in the cupboard, it goes pretty solid. It gets so cold on the floor, it turns into like a solid mass. Oh, have a go at them peppers, they look nice. So does that salmon. There's the tweezers. Yeah, those peppers look lush. A bit too crispy maybe. So these are cooked in butter, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to flip this over for a couple of minutes. It's actually cooked all the way through, look at that. Oh no, not quite cooked all the way through. flip that. Yeah, we want to make sure our salmon is cooked all the way through, because some salmon contains these little parasites. They're like little wiggly worms, forget what they're called, but they're in salmon, so you want to make sure they're cooked as well, otherwise they'll go inside you and wiggle around. We don't want all that. No, we do not want that. Maybe not in that salmon, I don't know, I just saw it on some nature program. It's like a parasite that salmons have. See how many salmon's doing. I reckon that'll be cooked by now. Just going to peel this back. If it all breaks up, starts breaking up and flaking up. There you go, see how it's all flaky now? That's all flaked up. That means that's cooked right through. Yeah, we'll let that rest. Turn the heat off. Actually, we're going to put it over there to rest. Let that cool down. By the time that's cooled down, it means it will be cooked all the way through. And we're going to put the kettle on. Once the kettle's boiled, we're good to go. Where's my lurter? Now what I generally do is only boil the water that I need. So 1 cup of water, because I only want 1 cup of tea, goes in the kettle. Turn it up full. Himalayan sea salt, bit of that, some pepper, some of that. Yeah, that's cooked all the way through. The only ingredients gone into this are the ones I've put in there. Really simple to cook, nice and healthy. These bloody tweezers, they've got this thing on them, so when you go to use them, you go to open them and they won't open because of this catch. Pain in the butt. Got skin and all, everything's going on the plate. Everything but the oil, of course. I think I might have overdone it with the butter. But never mind, it's all good. We're all friends here. There you go. One clean saucepan. There we go, coffee. There you go, how about that for dinner? Fantastic. I'm going to eat this and then get back to putting my other half of the Unistrut roof rack on. Even though it's 5 o'clock, it's going to be a long day today, I think. But like I say, because I'm eating healthy now, I really have got much more energy. I should probably keep working till about 10 o'clock tonight. Well, I'll keep going until that Unistrut is on. Right, I'm going to sit down and eat this. Excuse me while I have my tea. Is it? Yeah, I guess it's tea now. Well, that was quite a nice lunch, or tea, dinner, whatever it was. Nice break anyway from working on the van. Now the problem I've got now is because my van's so tall, it's very close to the roof of the barn this side, which means only one thing. I've got to start her up and move her out. Any excuse to crank her up. I'll tell you what, if this dangles any lower, I'm going to trip over it. I'm going to have to give it a trim. That's better. Look how much room she takes up. I mean, it's massive. This fan really does take up a lot of room. What's the time, Sean?
It's 10 past 8.
10 past 8? Jeez. Cheers, mate. Well, there you go, that's the last riv nut in the roof. It's 10 past 8, I think I'm going to call it a night. I shall finish off fitting this unistrut in the morning. Well, good morning. It's now the very next day, and I've got to say, my calf muscles are killing me after going up and down that ladder all day yesterday. But the good news is, all the paint that I put around the riv nuts is now dry. I've also drilled out the holes a little bit bigger on the unistrut, you can see there, and I've treated those as well. Painted them with red oxide primer on that side and repainted the black on the underside. So we're good to go. So all I've got to do now is actually get these back on the roof and bolt them down. Where's my ladder gone? Jeez, I'm beginning to hate that ladder, I've got to tell you. So here we are, this is my little patch of mastic sealing strip. What I do, it's got the backing paper on it. I find the centre of the riv nut, make a little point like this. I've got to come up a bit. Hang on. That's what I do, I find the centre of the riv nut by feeling for it, and then make a little hole like that through the paper, mark around the edge so I know where it is. And there's a reason for doing this, just a rough guide. Pick it up. Now I'm going to keep this piece of paper because I want to put it back over the top to protect it. But first, I'm just going to snip this bit out like this. Because I want to lay that back on top. I'll show you why in a minute. So now, you peel this back like this, because we can't obviously push our bolt through this, because what happens is the mastic will actually stick to the bolt, and as you try and screw it in, it gathers around the bolt and it pulls itself in. So we need to do this to expose the riv nut, but by doing this we need a nice ring of mastic sealing strip like that. So when we clamp this down, the mastic oozes and it basically seals the hole, or seals the bolt hole like that. Now we put this back on top just gently, because when we put our unistrut on top of this, we don't want it to stick. So wait until we've got the unistrut in position, and then we lift it slightly and pull this out from underneath, and then the unistrut goes down, sticks in place, just to make sure we get that unistrut in the right place. Right, so we place the unistrut, butt that up against that piece, and we get our bolt. I'm using rather long bolts, that's for a reason, so I can actually feed them in easier into the hole. Otherwise it's a bit of a game getting them in. So that's that one in that end. Now what I've got to do is get the other one and the middle one in, and then I'll remove the paper, and you'll see how this sticks down. It does stick as well. So then they're not tight, still lift this up, so I can remove that paper and then drop it down and seal. pull that piece of paper out, lay it in position, nice and straight with that bit. Yeah, that's good enough. That's it. Now simply do it up. This bolt isn't quite in the centre. That's alright. Look, now you'll see as I do this up, you can see the mastic all squishes out the sides. And because it's squishing out the sides, it's also squishing around the bolt, and it does seal it. And what I'm going to do once I've finished putting this uni-strut up here, I'm actually going to take the van outside and give this roof a good clean. So when it comes to cleaning this roof, if there are any of these leaking, we'll know. Do it fairly tight. It's tight as a bear anyway. There you go, that's lined up pretty well. Quite reasonable. I'm pleased with that. Not a lot of headroom in this barn. I suppose it's because it was a chicken shed. They didn't need to build the ceiling particularly high. That's probably why the ceiling's quite low. Little one, and we're done. There you go. That is my roof rack, or my uni-strut roof rack fitted. Well, one side anyway. Got to do the other side now. Now, despite drilling the holes through the uni-strut as well as the roof at the same time, for some reason the riv nuts and the holes in the uni-strut didn't quite line up. So I had to make the holes in the uni-strut slightly bigger. Let's see if I can show you there. You can see that hole. I had to drill it out and make it slightly oversized so that it would make up for the slight misalignment of those riv nuts in the roof. So these washers did actually come in handy after all. So it just goes to show it really is the small things that make the big things happen. Well, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. You found it mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching, and ta-ra for now.